Today's story is a conflict over some wells. Again, because wells are really important when you live in the desert. And we see that when one person chases another person away, they might have to come back later with a huge apology. So Abraham has been living in the land, and there was a famine, and that's why he moved here, but he's living here now, and he plants some crops, and they're actually doing quite well, and the crops grow up, and he has a great harvest, and he accumulates animals and servants, and he's becoming very wealthy and kind of powerful. And Abimelech, the king of the land, he says, you know what, Isaac, you're kind of really too powerful for us. Maybe you should give us a little bit of space so we can all get along and be friendly together, but not be stepping on each other's toes. So Isaac says, okay, that's fine. And so he goes a little ways away and he has some land and he's doing his thing, but the people of the land come and they stop up all of his wells. And so he's like, well, you know what? That's too bad. So Isaac moves back to the part of the land where his father was from and he unstops all of the old wells that were there. He gives them the same names that his father had given them. And so they live there for a while, but the people of the land are not really happy to have him there, and so they kind of fill in the wells. And so Isaac says, okay, fine. And so he moves a little ways away and he digs a well, but the people come and they stop up that well too. And so he moves a little farther away and he digs another well, and the people come and they fill up that well too. And so he moves a little farther away and digs another well, and nobody stops at the well. So he says, now I had arrived. This is the place that God has given me, where I have enough land to live and to thrive without bumping elbows with my neighbors all the time. And God appears to Isaac in that land, and he says, hey, Isaac, remember, I am the one who has pledged myself to you, and I am going to protect you and provide for you all the time. I'm going to take care of your descendants, and I'm going to take care of you, and you are going to be a great nation, just like I promised you, and just like I promised your father. It's gonna be awesome. And during that time, Abimelech comes to Isaac with his commander and with all of his forces, and Isaac's like, hey, what's going on? You asked me to leave, and so I left, and is there a problem? And Abimelech says, oh no, there's no problem. We just realized that God is with you, and we kind of chased you off our land, and we're kind of rude, and we just really want to make sure that we're at peace with you, and we want to be your friends. And so Isaac throws them a big feast, and they agree to be friends together, and they have this big feast and this big party, and at the end of that time, Abimelech goes home, and Isaac continues living in his land, growing and becoming more and more prosperous. And then when Esau becomes 40 years old, he takes 2 wives for himself. And these were wives from the land. And Isaac and Rebekah, they have a lot of grief with these 2 wives. And so they're not super happy about it.